The spooky ghosts of WCS Europe are here as we get into game number 5 here in Group E for WCS Europe. And it's going to be VortiX versus Cass.
That's right. So the rematch of the first game of the evening is upon us. This time, though, who comes out on top? Very interested in this one to see how VortiX is going to adapt from one series to the other, because it was his fault that he went down to the low bracket in the first series of the day. He fell victim to the superior power of the machine that is Cass. And how is he going to start to adapt? He changed his playstyle up a bit against Jack-T. We saw a little bit more of an aggressive approach from VortiX. But this time around, how does he go up against Cass? Of course, it is still going to be a best of 3 to decide second place or third place. And of course, third place is eliminated from the round of 32.
And overall, if VortiX drops out here in the round of 32, a lot of things go with that. No opportunity to even strive towards something like BlizzCon at all. Of course, he does need a very, very high finish here in WCS Europe, but he's a guy that's been able to go that far. He's been able to go the distance into the round of 8, etc. And on the other side, Cass, a guy that is looking for relevance. He has always been looking for it. I mean, the games that we've seen from him today have been good, but so far, not round of 16 good. Needs to push further.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a long time since we've seen Cass really compete at a top 16 level. That is for sure. I think his last top 16 finish was about a year and a half ago, a long, long time ago. I think that may have even been towards the end of 2012, before 2013. So before Heart of the Swarm was the last round of 16 finish for Cass. So a long, long time here as we are, of course, approaching the end of 2014. But this is where he can do it. He's already done it once today. I'm sure he has it within him to do it again. But VortiX is a player who has been down to the low bracket before in the round of 32, but bounced back with flying colors to go and advance through in second place. I have a feeling, and it's not a feeling I want to see, that VortiX could do it again. Here is the bracket confirmed for you. It is Cass versus VortiX for the very last time here.
Yeah, Harstem advancing through in first place there in today's group. So again, Harstem, he pulls the punches and he keeps going. That's it's so impressive to see Harstem actually do that in 2 groups where he was never really considered one of the favorites. Yeah. And he just keeps trumping us. It gets to the point now where when we see Harstem in the round of 32, do we consider him a favorite? Because he's making a case for it.
Probably, for sure. And of course, we'll see him, I suppose, in the round of 32 next year now, because this is the last season of the year for WCS, the last final push of points towards BlizzCon at the end of the year. Technically, anybody can still qualify if they're able to win this season, and maybe you get a decent performance to help boost their points at the next 2 events, which are going to be the next 2 DreamHack, DreamHack Moscow and DreamHack Stockholm, 2 very important events for WCS in the upcoming months or month.
Yeah, it's 100% true, because all you have to do is cast your minds back to last year's system and look at Dia, who just out of nowhere.
2 events, he did it.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. Game number 1 of our final series of the night, as we have spawning up to the top right-hand corner. It's our red Zerg representing Millennium. It is VortiX. It still doesn't write when I say he's representing Millennium, but there you go. And spawning down at the bottom right-hand corner, we have our blue Terran representing Cascade. It is Cass.
And interestingly enough, VortiX, when he played this map before, sent his first overlord left, but this time he sends it down. So it's completely random, apparently, on where he sends his overlord. But he's actually going to scout his opponent first here with the overlord. And he'll see the barracks, or lack of barracks, which says command center, or lack of early command center here. He could base another roach attack off this, like he did against Jack-T earlier. It gained him a lead.
Yeah. So
if he wanted to gain another one, it's possible.
Yes, it did. And I really, truly feel that VortiX here, after playing all the games that he's played out today, is going to base himself around a little bit more aggressive play style. I think he has to, considering how the entire night has unfolded for him. So I'm expecting it.
Reaper, though.
Ooh.
Which would push us not towards a roach attack.
Can still get away with it sometimes, though. I mean, he can shut down the positioning with queens, etc. It takes a little bit of energy, or an exertion of energy at least. Let's not get things confused.
So me and Claris have been struggling with our English today.
Yes, we have.
As, we may or may not have landed about 24 hours ago from Toronto or so.
Still feel a bit lagged, but
bit jet lagged.
Yeah.
Flying straight back in from that wonderful event and the wonderful Flash victory. Straight back to you for WCS today.
God, wasn't it good?
It was a great time. A wonderful city, Toronto. A wonderful country, Canada. It was a wonderful event for all of us.
I miss it already.
Yes, I do as well. But it is back to the WCS round of 32. And we have four groups, including this one, left for you. 3 more after this, which is going to be played out tomorrow, Saturday, and then next Tuesday. Our remaining round of 32 days.
Reaper Rooney's going the wrong way.
Yeah, unfortunately for him. He does not choose the right way.
Let's go, Reaper Rooney. Go, go, go. Poor little fella. And there was no SCV scout either, so it's going to take him ages.
Yeah.
Especially since the Overlord wasn't revealed on this right-hand side. It's very, very sad for Cass to start things off. 2 Lings being added on just to be able to deal with stuff. And by the time the Reaper gets there, there's going to be Queens out already.
Factory coming in now for Cass just a little bit later.
Does he pull off Cass?
A second or 2.
Yes, he is.
Yes, VortiX should. Speed, 100 gas, and that is it for him. And then it's going to be queen production. I mean, you want to be pushing up to 3 or 4 queens, and then you can start to take your third. Don't want to really take it too fast here.
It's so good, this angle that VortiX is choosing with this Overlord. Can you actually poke in, not reveal the Overlord, and then get back out and see the factory?
And the second gas, too. It's like a beautiful shape.
Yeah. So there is an opportunity here if there is no Marines over in that angle. But there should be, once this Reaper jumps in, is like, you're over there. That means your Overlord is probably down there. So he will be expecting the Overlord from coming in from that angle.
Yes. But right now he's moving down to clear out the Zerglings, I guess.
Marines.
The front door.
Where are you going?
Or having a look for an Overlord, maybe, if there was one here.
Yeah, they're not going to spot it, unfortunately, for them.
Oh, the Link can actually deny the factory.
No. That's really, really irritating.
Cass is like, God damn it, I just had to deal with all these storms late game in that last matchup. God, I hate Protoss, blah, 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 blah. And there were bloody Zerglings in the way. This game.
Oh, I'm so sad for Cass.
Damn it.
That's so annoying.
And now my Marines are stuck on the other side of the wall.
And the Ling's in running around doing whatever he wants to do. He's even going to annoy this SCV on this side if he really wants to. That'd be so funny. But the Marines are back here and okay to deal with it. He didn't even have to bring the Overlord in to scout the entire main. Jeez.
Bit of an annoying setup here for Cass, who has gone double gas, which was spotted here. So the anticipation of Cloak Banshee is incredibly high for him right now. So to be honest, you almost be expecting to see a layer first, more so than the double upgrades, because the Overseer is so important.
Yes.
The problem is there's no gas right now for VortiX, so he's going to have to rely on Spore Crawlers here. He's a little bit late with getting back into his main gas inside the main base here.
These 2 Hellions trying to threaten the 3rd base because they were delayed by that Ling earlier on. They just really don't have the oomph to them anymore. I mean, look how VortiX has spread out his creep into the middle of this area. He's got his Queens in defensive positions.
Yeah.
Hellions had to go back, so sad times for Cass.
If we see VortiX go for upgrades with his next couple of 100 gas, he will have to have good Spore Crawler positioning, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt, because obviously he's not going to be able to deal with the Banshee very well. And he's currently saving up towards these upgrades. I definitely feel he was late getting back into gas compared to normal.
There we go. We have 1 Spore Crawler on the way in this mineral line. Second one is in the main.
There's almost one out in the open to these 4 Queens. You need one.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Because otherwise he's just not going to be able to deal with it in the middle, and they'll just lose Queens or whatever he loses in the middle. All right, so Cloak's about to finish up in 10 seconds. This Banshee isn't going to be denied during that time. Just doing a little bit of damage to one of those Queens. There you go, there's Cloak. So we need a 3rd Spore Crawler. It has to actually come out.
And he still hasn't started his layer, so I think we've seen a couple of mistakes come out here from VortiX.
It's 1-1 on the way. Second Banshee's going to be added on as well. So
I mean, the 3rd base is completely exposed to Banshees.
Yeah.
Completely exposed.
There's another Spore Crawler trying to stop, maybe by one of these drones. And yeah, it was one of the drones that was transitioning down, so doesn't even get the Spore Crawler started there.
Yeah, late layer and late additional spores. Slight hiccup here from VortiX, unfortunately.
The Queen's trying to position themselves.
And there is a holy hell lot of Hellions here.
Oh, wow. This is actually spiraling out of control a little bit. Good transfuse, of course, but that is a big force. You're right.
I mean,
getting out just before the clock finish. Okay.
I That's a lot of
He's
Hellions,
fine.
so.
Second Banshee. Now it's like, well, you've done your job. First Banshee, you can go home. I'll continue where you left off. Because there's still no Spore Crawler in the middle.
Yeah, there's a lot of Lings, though, so these Hellions are going to be very careful with their lives. Even, you know, oh, he's going to dart for the third. As the Lings are out of position. He could hold the ramp, maybe.
Works on the Spore Crawler with the Hellions, because why on earth not? This is a really strong army here from Cass.
Yeah, Banshee dealing out a lot of damage.
Yeah, no transfuses. Oh, surround. But Hellbats do a lot of damage.
What do? And every single one of those Zerglings is dead. Banshee's still being a nuisance.
Yeah, only 2 Hellbats left to his name, though. So the trade-off there, blow for blow. Hellbats trying to get on top of the low queens. Doesn't get the 2. Wow, saving those 2 queens. That was a great play.
Yeah, great play. And as much as this dealt a lot of damage, you know, VortiX still got a pretty hefty supply lead here.
Yeah, 58 workers to 48. So he would have liked to have got drones with those Hellions, but not quite hitting home where he wanted. Yeah,
Cass seemingly having a little bit extra money there. I'm not sure if his macro at home was slipped up while we were watching the fights, but VortiX's position is pretty good.
Yeah, and the creep spread's going to flurry across the map again. So VortiX getting them creep tumors a going. He's going to have a lot of them very soon. And he has plenty of drones, 70 now, to saturate a 4th base on the left-hand side once that gets up and running.
And 2 upgrade advantage as well. And we saw what happened earlier against Jack G when the fights turned around.
Yeah, you're totally right. All right, Baneling's on the way.
Ooh, Baneling speed, not researched.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't think he's realized yet.
That's certainly something he wants. Creep spread is going to be the kind of counterbalance for that in the middle for now, but it's going to take a while.
Speed starts once he moves his Banelings.
Yeah. All right, so here comes the drop again. 2 Hellbats in this army makes a little bit of a problem as the Banelings are trying to wiggle on around and do get through eventually. Spore Crawler also helping a whole lot.
Didn't really do anything there, though.
Yeah.
That was actually not so good for Cass. He just kind of dropped those units and kind of had them kill. He didn't kill any drones at all.
No.
Maybe 1, but that was it.
Oh, well. Oh, well. 10 Banelings morphing in. Right now, I mean, VortiX is having an opportunity to run away with this. Well, the Widow Mines are being mixed in. Cass is going to look for another push down this left-hand side as well. And because the 2 Banshees are actually with that, it's a bit more annoying. Did he actually get... Where are his Overseers? Okay,
he's got an Overseer here or there, but it's the Mulus he needs.
Just one Overseer in his opponent's main base, just hanging out, chilling. And he's going to push through the middle, clear up some of this creep. Very, very important once again. But as this continues on, he really wants to get that 4th base. Needs to turn towards it. But is there enough to deny? I think there should be with the Banelings, right?
Let's hope he doesn't deny this base. That's one of the worst things you want to have happen.
Shut this down, VortiX. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time. 14 workers dead so far. Needs to pick up and get out of there. There's too many Banelings.
Yeah, but Banshee's been targeted by the Banshees. Wait, Mulus being targeted... No, Banshee's been targeted by the Banshees, sorry. Told you we're having a couple of difficulties here today.
Yeah. Some more Banelings morphing in as well for VortiX. So he's holding on. He's doing well. He lost a few workers, of course, but he's back up to 74. That being said, 73 SCVs on the other side of the map.
That's a lot for Cass, actually.
Jeez.
Quite a lot.
I'm not even sure he needs that much.
14 drones, though. I mean, we're going to see what's that?
What?
90 drones, 88 drones here
for
VortiX.
Then. Steady on, droney boy. Having to look to push up to this 4th base once again. It's a strong army.
Does not want to have this hatchery cancelled here. He's going to really need to get these Banelings in. He's got Baneling speed. I'm not sure if he's got enough Mulus here.
Widowmine dies before it can even do anything. Banelings just crash on through. A few more Widow Mines are there, but they don't really do a whole lot.
Great spread from Cass.
Yeah, but trying to hold on against this with 36 more Zerglings and these Banelings just moving forwards once again. There's not enough firepower here to really contest the Mutalisks. Yeah,
he's able to push that back and hold on. It's all about the holding on part, which is important here for VortiX. He's got a creep to spread on that the 4th hatchery as well. We've seen no attempted double drops or single drops so far. We saw the one earlier, but not another one here so far.
And if it continues on like this, does VortiX like holding on a little bit supply blocked, which is a bit sad for him, but he could go toe-to-toe with the macro and be quite sturdy. There goes the surround or attempted. Has to pick up, forcing it out of there.
He can chase.
Yeah, because if he tries to drop on the ground, the Zerglings are there to support.
Yeah, he might be able to join with his reinforcements, though.
Trying, as he's just going to keep going. He's just going to keep going. These Banelings, if they continue to get good detonations here, this could be the opportunity where VortiX says, well, I'm right on top of your base right now. But there's not enough. There's not enough.
Almost, though. He's got quite a few banelings there.
That's the scary moment for Cass, where he's like, no, not again. Please don't let this happen again.
He does stabilize for now. He's got to be so careful. There's 2 Widow Mines there, very important, but they're not really spread out. And with VortiX going untouched this game, this is a much better game than pretty much every single game he's had today, where he hasn't taken any damage at all, aside from, you know, the early Hellion Banshee play, but there's been no drops. There's the first really one that's going to take place now, or one that could do damage. I suppose there was that Hellbat one a little bit earlier on.
And look where his army is positioned. I mean, VortiX is now on the edge of his opponent's bases, looking to fight himself because he's happy to. He knows. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Those Widow Mines were not doing enough at all. Get a few banelings on the retreat out. These ones might do something. Oh, they actually get a few banelings during all of that. There is a drop on the natural, but for now, VortiX is just pushing through. He knows he's broken so much of his opponent's front line. The Thor will fall. And if more Lings get rallied forwards, I don't know how Cass is going to stabilize.
Yeah, this is critical damage here being hit over to Cass. And VortiX should clear up the drop with the reinforcements that are popping out. Meanwhile, he's got on top of the planetary. He's killed off a lot of Cass's supply. And if he loses that 4, this is very bad news for Cass here. He's going to lose it. There's no answer to this.
No, not at all. Sadly for him, he is currently fading out in this first game. He has a few more Widow Mines here and there, but they've already been spotted there for a second. Re-rallies his Mutalisk so he can get some snipes on them. So any little trade here for VortiX is great.
And a double drop coming in from Cass to the right, but there's already banelings and Lings more than prepared for this, and Medivacs and Mutalisk coming to chase in. Yeah. This is actually terrible news.
He's looking for the desperation drop, but it's not working out. Grabs the Medivacs on the way out as well. Bit brutal this first game.
Oh, yeah, this is very, very different to the previous series they played. And now VortiX is fighting back with everything he's got now. 15 Banelings, 36 Zerglings. He's coming in for one final attack to take the first map here. And Cass has just come off, you know, a big loss against Harston. Is definitely not playing like he did earlier against VortiX. And if he's not playing the same like he did earlier, then he very well may lose this series after winning the first one.
Yeah, it feels like VortiX's warm-up is complete in ZVT, and he's looking to crush on through this force. Very little resistance here left over for Cass, as the Mutalisk could finish all this off quite happily. This base is going to fall. And unfortunately for Cass, that's a lot of his army has just been destroyed.
Yeah, and then the 4th again. Another command center blown up with a 5th base of VortiX now on the way. Full map control from VortiX. More Banelings coming in. Despite 3-3 just finishing for Cass, it doesn't matter if you don't have the numbers or the income now. He's pulling SCVs. Oh,
oh well.
Here we go, boys. I want you to do what you do versus Protoss, but just ignore the Banelings.
Wait, there's Banelings! There's so many of them! Okay, not a pretty sight. Not a pretty sight. Cass.
We won the first wave.
Push back, boys. Push back. Push them to the creep. Wait a minute.
There is actually only 10 Marines here. Ah! The rest are SCVs. A slaughter for the working class.
And it's gone. It's gone. VortiX 6 game number 1. As unfortunately Cass there got a little bit pummeled. I want to say a little bit pummeled.
Got to be very, very careful against VortiX here, but it was VortiX who came out on top. You know, he didn't take any damage just of the drops as he was doing earlier. His macro was on point. Didn't lose the 4th base twice, which he did earlier on this map. But yeah, you said it. VortiX is well warmed up now for this matchup today. He's played 2 players here in VortiX and, and here we go again, in Cass and Jakchi. And now he's going up against Cass again.
The dance of English continues.
The dance of English continues. Anyone will think this is our second language.
Yeah.
But yeah, going over to Overgrowth next. So a smaller 2-player map here, and this is something where VortiX could start to be aggressive with. The series is in his hands. It's up to him now to take it away from Cass. And I can't help but feeling, Cass is going to be feeling the pressure now. Definitely.
Yes.
A big loss versus Harston, 2-0, and now coming over to this. He's currently losing. He's just lost 3 games in a row. And Cass definitely, these type of scenarios do get to him as a player, so.
It's difficult. It is difficult now. With VortiX on map number 2, going to be Overgrowth, and VortiX just played a strong macro game. He could still happily completely change it up and just go for the aggression. And Cass is going to have to be very, very wary because that's just the kind of player VortiX is. Can change it at a whim. Let's get into game number 2 now. Let's see if VortiX advances onto the round of 16 or if Cass keeps his hopes alive. Up to the top right, it is our blue Zerg. It is VortiX. And down to the bottom left, it's our red Terran. It is Cass.
Cascade.
I was feeling it for Cass.
Yeah.
But now not so much.
Yeah. It's VortiX is a beast, man.
Yeah.
He wants nothing more than 6 times in the round of 16. Every single season, $3,000. Ching.
He is our Spanish Matador.
At least.
At least. Yeah, you're right.
$3,000, man.
It's so much money in WCS Europe. So much money.
And he mostly gets to the top 8, which is $5,000.
Yeah.
So
he's been making bank.
Making bank off the back of the WCS. Just like MMA and MC have.
They make a lot more bank.
Yeah. All right. Whew. Cass is, breathe in, breathe out kind of game now. Imagine if we were to see an early spawning pool. That's not going to be the case now, but 6 lings run around and God damn it.
Like, why do you keep doing this to me?
I hate everything.
This little cheeky plays. All right, Refinery is going to be the choice. So Cass going for Reaper. Doesn't want anything crazy to be going on.
Well, it is an early spawning pool, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned multiple times today already, he's safer versus 2 backs. It's not a huge difference in income versus the hatchery first either.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think VortiX goes for a 2-base all-in to end it, or you think he just says, oh, actually, I'm playing good again?
I guess if it deters the Reaper, he could do. VortiX has always struck me as a guy that if he likes to get an edge, I mean, if we look back to round of 16, round of 8 performances, if he likes to get an edge, he does like to get aggressive. He likes to just be like, well, I'm just going to try it.
Yeah.
We've seen it against Terrans previously.
Yeah, VortiX is very flexible with his playstyle for sure.
But your argument holds up as well. It's like, well, I actually just crushed this guy in a macro game. I actually just deterred him completely from doing any damage to my 4th base. Really not a whole lot happened there. So, but across these 4 base locations, it can be difficult, as we saw in the previous game between these two, to actually hold that down.
Yeah, and it was Cass that came out on top eventually. But then again, he was, if you're just tuning in now, didn't really see the first one.
Oh, no, nothing. Sorry.
It was just a pretty regular macro game by both. And then it was the waypointed army of Cass to the top left, far away 4th base. But then it was just like 2 drops here, 2 drops here, 1 drop there, all to the main. And every single one of them did damage.
Yeah.
Into the mineral line, to the gases, to the spawning pool. And that kind of crippled VortiX and slowed him down from where he needed to be.
Yeah. Up until the point where he decided, right, 3rd time this has happened. Now I'm going to take a little bit of precaution.
And every time Cass moved out, he just went over to the right naturally with the Mutalisk to stop it. And it did start to prevent it, but it was already too late, really.
Yep.
As Cash's machine was completely charged up and going.
Yeah. A well-oiled machine once it gets going, you're right. But now, VortiX with his... No, that was just... What am I doing?
Yeah, if he'd taken a second gas, then he was going to be aggressive.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's just single gas ticking away. VortiX did make, I would like to say, a little mistake earlier on with his gases. He's definitely, didn't handle the Banshee Hellion as best as he could have done, for sure.
Yeah, so he mined... Oh, you mean in the previous game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about this game because he actually mined a little bit more than he normally does for that 100. So he's normally very on point about that. Just 100 gas and then straight away to minerals, but...
We're not going to see a Banshee again by Cass, but this time without Cloak, I would imagine. It's just off a single gas here.
Yeah,
and you want to get Stim quite soon after this too, so...
Poor little drone's going to have to take an extractor instead of that hatchery.
Yes, you will. Zerglings are on the way to eventually help.
14 Zerglings are on the way.
That's a fair amount, I think. I wouldn't be hoping to see any more than that.
Yeah, any more
14's okay. It's going to push the Reaper back. It's going to... As long as you... At this point, when you build 14 or 16 like this, you don't want more for a long time. As in, these are the Lings that are going to deal with all the Hellions, with the Reapers, with everything. Banshee is on the way, but VortiX is yet to find an Overlord to get in, but he's about to. He's got an Overlord on the natural, and he is going to move in as the Hellions move out.
Good queen denial.
And we shake it all about.
You can tell we're tired. Well,
yeah. He's going to go spot the Banshee. It's a good scout here. And the barracks too, and the lack of second gas. But the barracks actually, yeah, he's going to see everything. I thought he might not go all the way, but yep.
Yeah, doing it right for himself. How many Marines were there actually to deny this? 2 Marines, all in the completely wrong position, so at least he does spot that. Banshee is now on the way across.
Hellion Banshee should not really be getting any damage done here.
No, not at all. There is ample defense here to really do stuff about it. 4 queens out, patrolling around. 2 extra queens at hatcheries for injects, so plenty of anti-air. I love his 6 queen style, actually. Just it makes the creep so aggressively push out.
It is. But he doesn't want to take damage to this Banshee. 1 drone kill.
No. 11 drones to replace.
Wasn't perfect, but whatever. And engineering raised down by Cass. 4th and 5th barracks coming in. Hellions looking to do something here on the right. Get a creep tumor, but that's it.
Okay, another one. Get 2. No. Oh,
wait, what are the
nice
upgrades? The upgrades are missing.
Ooh.
Why?
Why are your upgrades missing? Why does he have all this gas? Uh-oh.
Is he looking to surprise with a high Mulus count here or what?
I don't know.
This is incredibly weird.
Yes, it is strange.
You should have already had 1-1 on the way. Does he think he's already got it?
I mean, there's so much gas.
It doesn't make any sense, his setup here.
No.
Unless it's like a Mulus Baneling. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
1-1 on the way.
So a little bit delayed because of,
Slight
I guess,
mistake.
Slight mistake, yeah. Anything else would have just seemed a little bit odd.
Nothing really made sense, so...
Where did this... Did he make a second Banshee, or was it only the one during the whole thing?
Only the one.
Okay, okay. So I wasn't missing another one for some
Run
reason.
around here, but there's enough Marines.
Yeah.
Plenty, actually.
Things being tricky. And Cass has the defense capable. He's adding on his armory as well, so he can sync that up with 2-2 eventually.
If these Lings move out with the first couple of Medivacs here, the Medivacs aren't far away into this game. The Lings could go in then if he's patient enough with them. Actually could do real damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to wait that long.
Mineral lines will be quite naked.
Yes, they will. Baneling speed on the way, Overlord speed on the way, Spire on the way, everything well timed here. Creep spread very aggressive on this left-hand side. Really needs that aggressive to protect that 4th to the top left that will be taken shortly.
And all the infrastructure pretty much complete here for Cass as well to just get as much bio out as possible to hold on at that 3rd base, and that bunker extra added being on as well.
Yeah.
So,
and VortiX is not going to take damage versus the initial push out, but if he deals SCV damage with those few Lings, it's a really, really good move. Very good move, actually. But is he going to time this right? He should wait until the units touch the edge of creep.
Mm-hmm. Hellions leave the watchtower, so they won't have as much vision down to the bottom. Those Lings could have snuck around without even being in the watchtower vision, but still quite important. Actually, this Banshee, if it keeps going... No, it's not going to keep going. If it did, it would have spotted those Zerglings, so that would have been nice.
Okay, so VortiX sees the units moving out now. The Lings could go in.
Yeah. So prime opportunity here very soon, but there are reinforcing Marines as well being filtered through there, so I guess catching reinforcements will also not be too bad. And there he goes. Like a bullet.
See if he can get into that SCV line would be nice.
Main
Main or natural, don't care.
Ooh,
both is ideal. And Cass lets his supply goes down. Left him down.
Nice little move here by VortiX.
And Baneling speed is done, so if he just crashes into this army...
Oh, he's splitting up. He's splitting up his army as well. Okay, those Widow Mines are not burrowed either. Catches a lot of that army. Oh, jeez. Tries to pick up what he can and gets out, but he's taken so much damage back home. He lost 10 workers during that. Widow Mine actually catches a little bit of that force, but...
Yeah, good SCV damage, and he's going to clean this up just about. Oh, man.
Oh,
Cass, that stings! Salt on the wounds.
13 workers as well.
Oh, man. 78 supply, just like that. Click of a finger. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. And you're down.
I tried to hold it and I couldn't.
So 2-2 needs to stop. That's one big thing that's missing for VortiX. He has to get 2-2.
All right, okay, I'll stop being silly. Okay, so
he needs to get 2-2. This is really bad that he's not. The fights when 2-2 is done here for Cass are great. Despite having a massive advantage here.
And Cass, you know, with this 4th base going up, I can't help but feel it's a bit ambitious here. If VortiX wants to, if he gets wind of that, he can just send Lings everywhere against the army that's 25 Marines.
Why is he getting the Infestation Pit and Spine Crawlers?
He's going to play around.
Why does he not want to get 2-2?
I think is he going to play around with the Spore Crawler style? I think he actually is.
Spore Crawler style?
Sorry, Swarm Host style. Look, we're all over. It doesn't matter. This
I was going to say, like,
the Spore Crawler.
I've never heard of the Spore Crawler style.
It's a new thing. We've been working around with it. I told VortiX about it before. Don't worry.
Why is he not getting 2-2?
He's going to go for Swarm Host, man.
But even then,
look at this.
I don't know.
He actually is going to do it.
This is really good for Cass to get back into this. Like, this is great. This is fantastic news to have such a big upgrade advantage. But
I say that, but he's just going to go to Hive and get 3-3.
Well, you need 2-2 before 3-3, man.
Yeah, did he not even get 2-2?
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have 2-2.
Oh, I'm so sorry for not listening. All right, yeah, you're right. This is dumb. Does he just thinks he got it and then just forgotten about it? He'll get the Hive and then like go to the upgrades and be like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
I'm going to need 2-2 in this game.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
That's a bit of a shame here. The Bailing count can still be high. And, I mean, if Gas is just going to be thrown to Mutalist and Bailings, then I guess this is a new way to play Zerg versus Terran. You just don't get 2-2 and you have a high Mutalist and Bailing count. But something tells me that is not the way that this is intended to play out.
No, not quite. All right.
Some Marines enough to defend this 4, but there's so many Lings and Bailings. Like, a great advantage that VortiX has built himself.
Where are all these Lings going? All right, I guess they can try and do this.
Yeah, that was pretty wasteful, to be honest.
Yeah. But he did know he was quite
Cass is absolutely back into it because of those notes. It's going to be 3-3 on the way.
Yeah, this is a bit weird.
And 3-3 will finish before 2-2 because by the time he realizes he's going to have a 4 in total upgrade advantage.
I mean, you can have all the creep spread in the world, but if you don't have the upgrades, then it's not really going to help out too much in the direct engagement.
Oh, this is a bad mistake here.
It's so sad as well, because he is, as soon as he goes back to those evolution chambers, as soon as his Hive finishes, he's like, yes, Hive done! Yes, oh. It's going to be a really sad moment.
Wait, actually, before he fights. He may fight really well here, though.
MMA is coming in from both sides here. The Banelings filtering through. The Banelings on the left-hand side all crashed into a 4. So not the greatest of engagements. Why didn't they hit harder than they should do? Adrenal glands, +2.
Oh, God. Yeah, Cass is back into this. He's got his 4th back up. And if there was 2-2 in that fight, and maybe if that was a slightly better fight as well, I mean, this game could end.
Yeah.
The game actually could have ended there.
His heart just sunk when he went back to those evolution chambers.
It's going to be 3-3 versus 1-1, and it's everything Cass would hope for here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, you're happy with the 1 upgrade advantage, too, and yeah.
Oh, well, VortiX is going to have to pull out some magic again. Not completely over, of course. If Banelings hit right, it'd be fine. VortiX doesn't really favor Burrow too much. We haven't really seen him use it at all.
He hasn't used it once today.
But that being said, of course, Cass is like throwing down scans everywhere because he has to when he traverses the map because there's so much creep spread. So that kind of, in essence, shuts down the idea of Burrow doing a huge amount.
Here is the surround potential. There's a very big surround, actually. This is huge.
Where is he going?
This is a massive
angle.
Angry, sad face by VortiX.
Yeah.
But right now, there's not really going to do anything on the other side of the map. He's hoping that Cass comes that way, but currently Cass is going the other way. So he's going to have to kind of reposition his sad face.
Yeah.
Or his N, whatever you want to call it in here. He's going to reposition up. But it's going to be 3-3, just 10 seconds, man.
Yeah, this is going to hit hard.
It's going to be so bad.
Ah, Banelings! Banelings! Oh, God, they got through a lot of that bio at the front, and they continue on at the left-hand side as well. On the right, they even get on top of a lot of those Marines. I think that was as good as the engagement was going to go for VortiX.
Yeah, there's still too many Marines left over. And 3-3 Marines versus 1-1 Lings here. There is a switch of Ultralists coming in, and they hopefully will have the right upgrades in time. The 5th base isn't as important, I suppose. I mean, it is, but it's not losing the game, and it will buy enough time for these to pop out if they can run away in time. Run away!
Okay, good job, Elephant. Gets out of there. And the small little forces of bio considering to reinforce as well. 5th base on the left-hand side, gold base, but I don't think Cass can really engage this army just yet. With
at least 2-2's completed now.
Yeah. Ultra walks forwards. Oh, good surround on that Thor, actually, to start off this engagement. Ultra continues marching forwards. Oh, God. All right, okay. That was quite a big Baneling hit. VortiX is up in terms of supply, and he might just continue this on.
Gosh.
He might actually just continue this on. There's not that many Marines out.
Who needs upgrades?
Oh, dear me. Okay, one Ultra with the second
man,
one.
You're joking.
He's just going to keep going. He's like, right, this is my moment.
Yeah, and VortiX is very good at identifying that, and we'll waypoint everything over, and we'll just go for the kill.
He could have got on top of the production there, I think. But he decided to go over to the third base. Gonna keep moving forwards.
It's a lot of links pulling it. Still 3-3 Marines, though.
Yeah.
But there are 4 Ultralists that are rather difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and if he just rallies, Zerglings, he can keep going. That choke point, though.
On the high ground, yeah.
Yeah, very important to have that choke point, but here come the Banelings. He can get on top of a few of them. Mutalists trying to support these Ultralists wherever they can. One Ultra exactly falls, and has to fall back.
Now these Banelings might have a chance, but Cass with low supply but good upgrades, can he hold on?
Here come the Banes trying to split forwards. Actually not doing a huge amount there just yet, having to hit some of the Marauders at the front. Cass with good splits, but still there's a lot of Lings here. And another Ultralist reinforces with the support, and the Lings as they break through, that is going to spell a lot of doom here for Cass. If he doesn't get his reinforcements out all at the same time, he's now being camped.
He's being camped on, and this is very, very bad. This is the FPS style of being teabagged, I suppose.
GG. What a way to finish WCS.
GG. 2-0 for VortiX as Apollo goes crazy.
Well, there you go. It's done. Congratulations, VortiX.
Yeah, well done by VortiX, and he's managed to turn it around. And after losing the very first series of the day, to come back and win, but you cannot help but feel so bad for Cass. Come on, James, hold it together, man. Tighten up inside. Cass went down to the lower bracket there, and after the loss versus Harston, and then was eliminated by VortiX. A strong performance from Cass at the start, but well, VortiX does it again, just like he did in the previous season.
No, don't start. Don't start. Don't start.
This is what happens when Cass is flying from 24 hours to land the day after to try again to cast.
Hooray! Congratulations to Harston and VortiX in Group E, advancing on through. Harston taking first place. Really, really cool performance by him. Again, it's getting to the point now where you actually can't doubt him in the round of 32.
And it was the 2 Premier League players from last season, Harston and VortiX, both Premier League players, go through, and that's the first time, surprisingly, that that's actually happened this season. Very unfortunate for Jackji there, who went out last season in the round of 32. Cass, who couldn't make it again to the round of 16, but that's also, by the way, if you can look at it, 6 Europeans, 4 Koreans through.
Yep.
And that is 3 Terran, 4 Protoss, 3 Zerg. Overall, rather balanced here in the Premier League. It's been a good season so far, full of upsets. We will be back tomorrow for another group, though, as we continue our WCS hunt in the round of 32 to find our 16 players. We have a broadcast tomorrow and on Saturday, and then, of course, next Tuesday as well. So action every single day here, almost. Yeah,
that's true. I think overall today, though, for me, the big story is Jaxi going out. Jaxi going out and not finding his way through to the round of 16. It's a big, big blow to him here going on towards BlizzCon.
He best be hoping to play at some DreamHacks because the halt of points has happened here. Just like Snoot, unfortunately, who went out on our very first day of the WCS, and he has to now play at these external events too. It's very important to keep those points... I can't even speak today. This is such a mess. I'm so sorry. To keep those points incoming as we draw closer and closer to... James, you brought me down, man. I'm trying to keep you up and floating. I'm your lifeboat. Come on, man.
Okay. You got me.
I know. I've got you. Just keep on holding on. As mentioned, just the points are very important towards here. You're so gone. Thank you for watching WCS Premier League. We'll be back tomorrow for another group of action.